So, we're finally getting a Black Widow movie, and the teaser trailer is now available. No, I won't show it because I'm just not going to put up with the trouble one gets. I will show some stills here, but yeah. Anyway, you've seen it. The question that's obvious is, why did it take so long for this to happen? And then the other question is, gee, will it be any good? Which is the question you always ask about a movie. And let's hope so. But it is the kind of bizarre thing. We had to hurry up and shoehorn Captain Marvel in there and slap that together. When you had a ready-made, a bona fide movie star who's already done several films of this genre, not just Black Widow, and yet didn't do it. And that's unfortunate. And Scarlett Johansson, she's proven herself as a capable actress, and she's not just beautiful, even though apparently she had to apologize for her sin of being beautiful and sexy. And maybe that's the thinking, that they're like, at one point they're embarrassed in their cult of her, and they didn't draw her, and then they realize, well, it's kind of stupid we didn't do a movie after the character has been killed off in the overall MCU narrative. This was just a really stupid fumble here. This movie should have been out years ago. But then again, maybe there just wasn't the script for it. But we get Taskmaster, who really would have been a great Captain America villain. And a lot of movies, especially superhero movies, are defined by how good the villain is. For the Marvel movies, that wasn't so much the case. It's mostly been carried by the heroes. With the exception of Thanos, at least in Infinity War. In-game Thanos just wasn't as good. But, he was from a different time and all that sort of stuff. Taskmaster is supposed to be one of the more formidable enemies because he can copy the fighting abilities of whoever he just sees. So he's seen Captain America, so he could fight like Captain America. We see him using a bow and arrow. And of course, obviously he must have seen Hawkeye's fighting technique, so she's going to be fighting Hawkeye, that sort of thing. The look of the guy, well, this is pretty much our best look at him. It's just, so I guess they're just going, he's going to have a skull like, motorcycle helmet, I suppose. I don't know. It is getting too close to Power Rangers territory there, but there again, it's just a few scenes. And maybe it'll work out well within the context of the film itself. So she had said in I think it was Vanity Fair or something, she didn't want an origin movie. Yeah, you're sort of going to get an origin movie. I mean, the footage they used, they're either from Age of Ultron or something like that in it. And, her past of being, sort of brainwashed and trained to be this deadly assassin of a Black Widow, because apparently there's several of them. And that's where she came from. And so she's going back home and to deal with her past. I mean, it says it in the trailer. So, so you're going to get elements of her story. So technically, sort of, kind of, an origin story will be here for Black Widow. And but it'll involve a current, well, not current, obviously the whole thing's a flashback because she's dead. So we got to go back to a point, I think this is in between Civil War and Winter Soldier, or after Winter Soldier, I can't remember which, somewhere in there, and that's where we'll be. So a little bit of both, but not just an out-and-out origin story where, well, I mean, good Lord, she'd be like a teenage girl or something being trained and all that sort of stuff, sent on her first mission. So, yeah, it's not that, but you're getting the full-on story of Natasha here. The other concern is, the PC cult has certainly infected a lot of films, and Marvel has managed to survive in spite of it. Will there be elements of that? Well, it seems like it'll be mostly female cast except for the villain. And the only other hero will be Red Guardian here, played by David Harbour. And yeah, he's mostly going to be the comic relief. He apparently has since retired from whatever he used to be, Red Guardian, and now he's well, he's fat. So, but if it's at a minimum, it won't matter as much. And we see him fighting in the scenes we've already seen Captain America do. So, well, what are you gonna do, you know? And then there were scenes of course, somebody pointing out there's a lot of scenes that look like she's flying like Iron Man and Captain Marvel, which you can't do, and she, leaps out of an airplane or something with no parachute. Well, maybe that's what we're seeing. We don't really know, but yeah, Black Widow doesn't have any superpowers. She doesn't even have a super soldier serum, so they'll have to explain how she can survive that sort of thing. But who knows? Perhaps they do within the film. So will it do justice for a Black Widow, the only, besides Hawkeye, of course, to not get her own film? Well, Hawkeye gets a TV series, or will he? I mean, there's troubles for the actor now. But so I don't know. He was supposed to hand off the bow and arrow to his daughter, I guess, or something like that. I forget. But anyway, will it do some justice for Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow? Well, one can hope, but at this point, it's just this one-shot film to sort of, oops, we kind of messed up and didn't give her a film. You could have had a trilogy by now. And the main thing of, well, what would do it justice, what if it's can repeat the level of quality that The Winter Soldier, which remains the best of the Marvel films, then boy, that would be a force to reckon with. It just depends on, do they have the script, do they have the concept and the story for that, to have it in that level of this sort of super espionage type scenario. And that would do justice for Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow. But I'm guessing this will be the end for her run of this character. And, she did good work in the films. And it's just unfortunate that, she wasn't, hyped for what she was. She was the female superhero character of the Marvel cinematic universe, first and foremost. And they just didn't catch on to that, I guess. I don't know. So, of course, like with everything in films, you'll have to wait and see. And hopefully it's a good send-off for Black Widow. But now, if it's this monster hit without Disney having to use its muscle and buying up theaters, or at least at the very least saturating theaters with the... and they realized they really didn't, maybe there would be another Black Widow movie, but eventually you're running out of the time or what have you of where she is, unless there's some little stinger at the end that reveals she actually came back from the dead, or Steve Rogers saved her, or some crap like that. Who knows? That would kind of be kind of silly. But, it is what it is. So if it's really monstrously successful, then yeah, they would want more Black Widow movies, and maybe that's what they would do. I don't know. But again, like with everything, have to wait and see. So far so good. There's some slight scenes here of concern perhaps, but it's too little to make a full-on judgment on it and to say, that's it, I'm passing on this one. No, it's not there. So it could be a good film, and hopefully it will be. So there we go. Black Widow out May 1st. Thank you for watching and listening. Say, why not like and subscribe? And check out that link description below. That'll take you to my mini stores that have plenty of goodies for you. Yeah, that's right, you. And also check out my BitChute channel, where my videos are also on display. Because, well, you never know if YouTube will be a happy home for people who like to do videos. You just never know. So, it's always good to have a backup plan, huh? So check out the Mr. Nailsin BitChute.